Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. Today is the 1st October 2024 and I'm speaking from Buea, Cameroon. I have a beautiful message today. It's about the authority of a father and a husband over a woman. So basically these are the rules that the Lord gave Moses concerning vows made by an unmarried woman living in her father's house, or by a married woman living in her husband's house. So I want to speak on the authority of a father and the authority of a husband over a woman. And this may be the reason why women, you have issues in your relationships, you have issues in your marriage or in your life, because you breaking these rules and these vows, you are going against God himself. Okay, I'm reading Numbers 29. Numbers chapter 30. I'm reading the whole verses. The whole verse. The whole chapter, sorry. Numbers chapter 30. Okay, are you there? Rules and vows. Rules and vows. That's the topic heading. Moses gave the following instructions to the leaders of the tribes of Israel. I'm reading the Good News Bible for those who are doubting where I'm reading. When a man makes a vow to give something to the Lord, or takes an oath to abstain from something, he must not break his promise, but must do everything he said he would. Verse 3. When a young woman still living in her father's house makes a vow to give something to the Lord, or promises to abstain from something, she must do everything that she vowed or promised unless her father raises an objection when he hears about it. But if her father forbids her to fulfill the vow when he hears about it, she is not required to keep it. The Lord will forgive her because her father refuses to let her keep it. Because her father refuses to let her keep it. Meaning, if a father objects a woman from doing anything, again, no matter how vow she has made, God will respect the father. And this goes also with children. Respect your fathers. Respect authority. If you can make a vow to God and your father still forbids it, it means he has an authority that God respects. I don't care who you are. I don't care whatever you say. Respect your fathers. Women, men, children, respect your fathers. Verse 6. If an unmarried woman makes a vow, whether deliberately or carelessly, or promises to abstain from something and then marries, she must do everything that she vowed or promised unless her husband raises an objection when he hears about it. But if her husband forbids her to fulfill the vow when he hears of it, she is not required to keep it. The Lord will forgive her. Okay? So if a woman who is unmarried, if you are listening to me, if ever you have made a vow to you and the Lord, and you eventually get married, and your husband forbids you from that vow, you have to succumb, because your husband has forbidden you from that vow. He forbid you from that vow. And the Lord will what? Listen and forgive you. So the main thing is the Lord will forgive you because He knows you are under an authority. It's important for women to know that you are a child. If you are a female, you are a child to your father and you are a child to your husband. Meaning you are a child through all your life. But most of the times, women, you get married to boys, not men. You get married to boys. And that's where we have so much marital issues today. And you do not want to listen. You do not want to listen to your husbands. You do not want to listen to your father. You understand? You don't want to listen. You want to be heard. You want to be in control. No matter, I don't care. And to men also, if you don't see your wife as a child or your daughter as a child, then you've lost your position as a man. Understand? Even when it comes to pay the bills in your homes, you depend on your wife to pay your bills. You are wrong. You've lost your position because a woman, even if a woman wants to support you with her money, you are not even supposed to, how can I say it, to be comfortable. Because you are supposed to take care of her. She's a child. I know there are responsibilities, but if you do not have that mindset that she's a child and you need to take care of her as a baby, then you've breached a law. And the reason why she's misbehaving is because you are not doing your own job as a man in the house. Understand? I know this sounds like everything, the weight. I know men go through, there's a lot of weights. Their own families, they have to deal with their personal families and their wife's families. The responsibility is heavy. Okay? But these are the orders. These are the laws. Let me continue to verse 9. A vow or a divorce, a widow or a divorced woman must keep every vow she makes and every promise to abstain from something, because there's no man in her life to tell her what to do. She's a widow. Unless she goes back to her father's house and succumb to his authority. Verse 10, if a married woman makes a vow or promises to abstain from something, she must do everything that she vowed or promised unless her husband raises an objection when he hears about it. But if her husband forbids her to fulfill the vow when he hears about it, she is not required to keep it. The Lord will forgive her because her husband prevented her from keeping her vow. Her husband has the right to affirm or to annul any vow or promise that she has made. But if by the day after he hears of the vow, he has raised no objection, she must do everything that she has vowed or promised. If he raises no objection, so you must do every vow. Okay? If your husband does not raise an objection, you need to do the vow you made with the Lord. Understand? Or with any vow you made. She must do everything she has vowed or promised. He has affirmed the vow by not objecting of the day he heard of it. Affirm means he has agreed. Understand? That the vow you made, he has not objected it. Verse 15. But if he later annuls the vow, he must suffer the consequences for the failure to fulfill the vow. Meaning, if your husband hears of the vow and allows it, that day passes. When that day passes, he later on comes to reject the vow or rebuke the vow or cancel the vow or object the vow, he will face the consequences. So to men, be careful. Be very careful, men. Verse 16, these are the rules that the Lord gave Moses concerning vows made by an unmarried woman living in her father's house or by a married woman. Okay? I love you all. Stay blessed, stay safe. This is the message to married women and women living under the authority of their fathers. I love you all. Stay blessed, stay safe.